we got some Xbox Bethesda stuff here in a row. We're gonna have a little fun with these news articles. Here's the first one from Xbox. Xbox is now the first carbon-aware console. Update rolling out to everyone soon. Xbox is working to reduce our environmental impact to help us reach Microsoft's goal of being carbon negative, water positive, zero waste company by 2030 by rethinking how we design, build, distribute, and use our products. Also, this screen is really bright. I wish there was a dark mode. There was something else that I think was a part of this here. Update on our sustainability efforts. First game console to offer carbon-aware game downloads and updates. How is a game download carbon-aware? I'm confused. Being carbon-aware means reducing carbon footprint by optimizing updates and downloads to run at a time when the console can use the most renewable energy. Windows Update became carbon-aware last year. When your Xbox plug-in connected to the internet and regional carbon intensity is available, Xbox will schedule apps. Okay, so it's just they're scheduling at times where they could decrease dependency on things like fossil fuels, but also
use,
utilize more renewable energies, better power use. That all sounds good. It's hard to be like, oh, that's shitty. That all sounds great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's not much to say other than that. That all sounds great on paper. Obviously,
yeah, we'll see if it actually does anything.
Right, we'll see. Can I make a comment? How about instead of making your Windows updates carbon aware, you make them less shitty? Can we just start there? Actually, make them less shitty. How come every time I update my Windows computer, my operating system, Windows, how come whenever I do it, all my sound settings change? Why does that happen, Windows? Can you explain that to me? Can somebody sit me down and go, well, it's because when the process runtime go off and... No. Why is it that every time I fucking update this thing, all my sound settings change? Why does my microphone become my headset not exist, and my keyboard turn off? Someone explain that to me. Like, I'm very angry about this spoon. Every fucking time I update my fucking Windows, everything changes, and I'm like going back in all my settings and fixing it.
Yeah.
But all this sounds great on paper.
Yeah, as I said, yeah, I agree. It sounds good on paper. We'll see if it actually does anything. And yeah, if you're feeling cynical, as Ghost says, it could just be like a virtue signal, and then they do something terrible down the line.
Yeah,
so who knows?
That's what companies do. I mean, it's just like they're like, "Yay, go Pride," and then they do something really shitty over here.
Oh yeah, all of them are like, yeah. All their statements like, yeah, go Pride, and then they fund companies,
some shitty thing.
Companies and congressmen who are,
we're just completely anti,
and it's like, okay.
It's like, great guys, thanks, good job.
Words are cheap, as they say.
Exactly. It's like it's super easy to just type on Twitter, hey, go Pride. It's really easy to do that. All right. So that was one. Number 2, Xbox and Bethesda to present developer_direct. Why is there an underscore in there?
I don't know.
That doesn't bother you?
Maybe that's the title of the presentation or something.
That's the kind of thing you do for your file folder system, so you can avoid trying to find difficulties in finding your file using the terminal. You use underscores. That's what I do. It's like when I'm on my Mac and I'm trying to go into the command line, and I'm like, okay, I gotta find developer direct. I have underscores in the file name, so I can avoid having that white space issue. You don't just call your event and put it with an underscore. And it's not even cute.
Well, they did. I mean, they did. So.
And I don't get it. Why? It's just like, it's not even cool. It's just, I'm super confused by this. I thought this was a typo, but then I looked down and it has it there too. There's a live stream January 25th for talking about video games from Xbox and Bethesda. They actually listed the games. So Elder Scrolls Online here, Director Matt F will unveil 2023's major chapter update for Elder Scrolls Online.
I guess people must still play this game.
Actually, it's I don't know what you would call popular, but there's a community. There's a community here.
There's enough people playing it for them to continue to update it.
Yeah.
Basically, they must still be making some money from it. Otherwise, they would shut it down. So
yeah, exactly. They're making something from it. They are. Forza Motorsport, the team at Turn 10 Studios, they've been hard at work. They've been bringing fans the next generation of Forza Motorsport.
Forza.
Morza Motorsport is now the name. Built from the ground up. I swear to fucking God, I am sick and tired of people using that terminology. You did not build it from the ground up. You reused some of your code. Stop lying.
Of course, I mean, there's like 50 Forza games. Of course, they're not building from the ground up.
They're not. Stop saying that. I hate it. To take advantage of Xbox Series XS, Morza Motorsport it's back, and they can't wait to share some details.
I feel like they have a new Forza game every single year.
Yeah, they do, and they're building it from the ground up every year.
Yeah, every year they're building it from the ground up.
They're building it from the ground up every time.
Just like they do with Madden, with their copy paste code.
We built it from the ground up to suck? To be funky? Is that really true?
We built it from the ground up with Madden 22 assets.
Did you know that there was a Madden thing? This is sidetracked, but like for 1 second. Did you know that there was a recent Madden update that actually deleted 60% of users had their franchise mode deleted?
Oh, I did see something about it. I didn't really look into it, but I think I saw some tweets.
And this is what their response was basically like, oops.
Oops. Whoops.
Sorry.
Better start over.
Oops. Hope you didn't have a great career, your franchise mode going. But
hope you were 10 years in, winning 8 Super Bowls.
It just is like, we don't give 2 shits, but here's an oopsie. That's just like the worst PR speak I've ever heard. Just like, oops.
Are we gonna try and get that back? Are we gonna compensate you at all? Nope. Oops.
It's
sorry.
Like, we saved 40% of you though. It's like, wow, good job, Madden. You were so fucking terrible. Okay. Oh god. That gives me a good laugh. Minecraft Legends. Mahjong Studios will showcase an insider's look into the PvP multiplayer experience in Minecraft Legends. Upcoming action strategy game for the makers of Minecraft. Why do they even need to add that? Why'd you have to add from the makers of Minecraft in there?
How is it a strategy game? It's a like a Diablo style, like top down beat 'em up RPG. Like that's not strategy. That's not strategy. It's an action RPG. That's it. Like
I don't know. Like there's I don't know. Why'd you even have to say makers of Minecraft? We assumed that. I guess like they could have said from a different studio, like they're using. But I don't know. Redfall, the minds behind Dishonored and Prey, Arcane Austin, will showcase several minutes of gameplay from their upcoming FPS. The developer_direct will reveal single and multiplayer gameplay, showing more of how you and your friends will take down bloodthirsty vampires on the picturesque island of Redfall, Massachusetts. So we're going to learn about combat, customization, bosses, and the open world. Oh, and more, I guess. I don't know what could be in that section, but really, really exciting. I think that part could actually be, I guess, somewhat interesting.
We haven't seen a lot of Okay, I'm like, I don't know what to think about Redfall. We haven't seen much of it yet.
Yeah.
But like, to me, it looks like Left 4 Dead with vampires instead of zombies.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see in this gameplay if that's actually what it is or if it's something else. But
I am curious to see what it is. Like that's my curiosity. Is like how is this actually playing? When you dive into like, I guess single player, multiplayer, whatever. But yeah, that's the information for Developer Direct. And there was a big question mark here that it was on the back of everybody's minds. Where's Starfield?
Where is Starfield?
Tears were shed. People were crying to the heavens. Where's Starfield? And Bethesda, thank God, they swooped in and said to dedicate the proper amount of time for a deep dive into Starfield, a standalone show is in the works called Star_Field.
Star_Field _Direct.
_Direct. And
the first comment.
Yeah, you gotta clap, gotta milk those sweet likes, get that internet fame built up. You love it. Get your hot checkmark action in there. Well, we have to double check. Did they pay for Twitter Blue? They could have paid for Twitter Blue. So, Spoon, we had a couple of Microsoft Xbox updates here. I guess these two were kind of together there, but January 25th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, you will be immersed into the grand worlds of Elder Scrolls, Morza Photosport, Minecraft Legends, from Mahjong Studios from the makers.
That's not a strategy.
That's not a strategy game, from the makers of Minecraft, Mahjong Studios, and Redfall.
Pretty sure it's Mojang.
Mojang? Really? Is it Mojang? I thought it was Mahjong.
I think that
is Mojang. Okay, it's Mojang. If it's Mojang,
I think it's I've heard it said Mojang.
Okay, Mojang's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why when I look at it, I think Mahjong. I don't know. But I mean, Mojang's good. They made Minecraft, by the way. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Because they said it here, so thank God they added that. Okay. Any other thoughts about the Developer Direct?
I'm interested to see what Redfall is. I doubt I will play it regardless, but I'm interested to see what it actually is. If it's, again, what we think it's going to be, which is just a new Left 4 Dead type game with vampires.
Right.
And we'll see if it is that, if they can execute on that, because, people were excited, including yourself, very excited for Back 4 Blood, and that game kind of I guess it was fun for a bit, but it didn't have the replayability that Left 4 Dead did, right?
It was alright. It was alright. I mean, it was fun. It was fine the first time. It's fun playing with people. Heaven forbid you play by yourself. But yeah, it was alright. So, I mean, those games can be fun with the group for a bit, but
yeah.
It's just a question of, look, do you want to drop $70 for something like that for one run through? I don't know. That's a game that's
it'll probably be on Game Pass because it's a Microsoft published thing. So
right.
Yeah, that'll probably be more worth it than paying $60 or $70, whatever it is.
Exactly. Okay.
So yeah, might be probably be worth checking out on Game Pass at the very least.
Okay. Next article. Right. Big news, big shocking news to me at least. Ubisoft delayed Skull and Bones again. Plans to launch the pirate adventure sometime after April 1st. Okay, I have to comment.
Sometime after April 1st. On April 1st, April Fools!
It's April Fools! Is this a joke? It's from Polygon. I don't get it. What's the holdup with this game? Can we have a developer update and just a live stream and just them explain why this has been delayed 7 times? Can they just explain it? I just want to hear it now. It's more interesting to hear about that than keep seeing these articles pop up. Because I just want to know. It's hey, we're in development hell. We've had a lot of turnover in the team, or hey, we're we had to pause this game to help with other projects, but now we're back on it. We had to update the engine and graphics. Just say something.
That we need a deep dive, or a Jason Schreier article, exploring what the hell happened with this game, because I feel like this game was announced like 10 years ago.
It was announced
and they've
really long time
delayed it, and I thought at one point they just outright canceled it, but now it's back, because they didn't talk about it for like a few years, and I just assumed they canceled it.
Yeah.
And now it's back again, and it's delayed again, and they're talking about April 1st. I'm just expecting Ubisoft to come out in April Fool's and be like, April Fool's, Skull and Bone!
Yeah,
it was just a big April Fool's. Yeah. It was it was the biggest setup, longest April Fool's joke in the history of the world.
Amazing.
Like a 10-year setup for an April Fool's joke.
Amazing. If you want to play like a Skull and Bones game, just play Sea of Thieves. Like, I don't get it. Just like, I don't know who out there has I don't know who's excited for this right now. I don't know who's excited for this game anymore. Like, I gotta know who's like, yeah, I'm waiting.
The Titanic meme, it's been 84 years.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, this is bad. It's bad. I just don't know who's looking forward to this anymore. I really don't. Like, who's out there is like, oh, again? No! And is like screaming that they want this game so badly. Like, if you want a pirate adventure, I gotta be honest, just go play Sea of Thieves at this point.
Yeah, that game is good now, apparently. I've never played it.
It's pretty fun, like, to play.
It's good now.
I want to, like, kind of get some people to try it with me. I've played a little bit. I like it. Like, it's pretty basic. Probably fun with a couple people. Like, it's the same thing. It's like, at this point, if you got blue balls for a pirate adventure, just play Sea of Thieves. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who's waiting for this anymore.
I will be utterly shocked if this game is good when it comes out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm expecting this game to metascore, like, I don't know,
6.
in the 60s at best.
6.
Like, this is gonna be a, Anthem 2.0, basically, where it's just like, this game was just in development hell, and it came together in the last couple of months, and it's just like a shell, and just, it's crap, basically. Yeah. So
I wouldn't be surprised either. I don't know who's looking forward to this. I mentioned this before the podcast too, just as a note on Ubisoft. Ubisoft is in like big disaster mode right now. Most people don't track this, but I wanted to share it because I saw this somewhere. Ubisoft's share price about a year and a half ago, I don't remember exactly. It was like $20. It's not, it's not that high, but it's also not like astronomically low. Their share price today was $4. So, yeah, $4.
Losing 80% of their share price over a year.
Yep. There's some Tesla's got hot competition for who's losing their share, who's going to drop the lowest for their share price from like a year or two ago's share value. Them, Carvana went from like $200 to $4. I was like, oh god.
What is Carvana?
Carvana is an online car dealership, basically. You buy cars online.
That's right.
I've used them. I like their service, but their business model doesn't work out super well right now because of the way that the market is. So they're like, I think they're going to declare bankruptcy, but their share price went from $200 to $4. So if you bought at $200, I pray for you.
Yeah.
I'm praying for you. Oh god, that was bad. But yeah, Ubisoft's price is down big. And that is like, obviously, not everybody's tracking and following that. But for executives and the people that are like on the board, the big shareholders, obviously, with the CEO Guillermo, who gives a shit, he's got to have like a decent chunk of shares. That's gonna put you in a real bad spot. Your asset portfolio for just Ubisoft went down 80%. Oh my. I feel like, especially when you have so many shares of that kind of thing. Like 3%. I don't know how much 3% would be in that case, but let's just pretend it's like 100,000 shares. You know, your share value just took a big dump.
Yep, sure did.
And that's going to make you angry in the morning. So that's probably why he's been pushing his team so hard, is he's big mad about the share price. And the board's probably like breathing down his neck, like, hey, you got to figure this out, because I'm losing millions on this right now. So Ubisoft in general is in a bad spot. And before, I think you had sort of mentioned, like, I don't know what Ubisoft has come up with recently. Let's look at Ubisoft games. Let's just look at some Ubisoft games. Okay. So, wow, this article is like really bad for this. Let's do 2020 to present. So we've got like, so Valhalla released 2 years ago, but you've got an upcoming Tom Clancy game. You've got Division Resurgence. You've got Division Heartland. Some of these games are coming out, are upcoming games. You don't know them. X Defiant.
Oh, I've heard. I feel like I've heard of it.
Yeah, that was like the Overwatch one. I'm pretty sure it was their like.
Oh God.
Tom Clancy Overwatch game.
Thing like Ubisoft, like, I swear, maybe they just don't allow it, but like there is just like no creativity in Ubisoft. They just like take the biggest fad and they try and remake it.
Right.
But they do it shitty, or or they're just too late, so they can't get into the market, like with whatever the hell their battle royale was called. I don't even remember. That thing died in like less than a year.
There was the extreme sports game that they had, the Riders Republic.
They do all those extreme sports games. They make generic open world games with icon vomit, like.
So Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, was recent.
That probably, I mean, I don't know how it's sold, but
it didn't sell well. No,
it was reviewed really well. People said the game was really good, actually.
It did not sell to their expectations, is my sense.
Okay.
So they expected it to sell extremely well, and it didn't. So that's a big deal for them. Just Dance also did not sell particularly well from their expectations.
Mario and Rabbids, though, was like, that has to be a split with Nintendo, because it's Mario and Rabbids. So,
right. Like, Rainbow Six Extraction released in 2022.
Oh, that's right.
That did not do well. I will personally say I enjoyed it for what it was, but that did not do well. That did not do well at all.
You were not excited about it on the previews, like you didn't like it on the previews.
No,
like,
the game itself was fine when you played with people. Like it was fine. But I can tell you right now, that game wasn't it. That was like you play it for a week and you're done kind of game.
Yeah.
And that's a multiplayer game. Riders Republic was 2021. I mean, I don't know how well that did for sales, but Far Cry 6, I don't know if Far Cry 6 did particularly well for their sales. Immortals Phoenix Rising was 2022. I think that game probably did okay. Valhalla probably did fairly well for them, but like they're like Just Dance is a big title for them, and if it doesn't hit expectations, that's a big deal. That's a big title for them.
Yeah, that's their cash cow.
And they were likely banking on that and Mario and Rabbids to do well. And if neither of those hit expectations, and Extraction didn't do particularly well, yeah, you can see how
they had a bad year, basically.
They had a bad year. So Skull and Bones being delayed this is a big deal. Like, this is another 2023 flagship title that they're expecting to come out. You have Assassin's Creed Mirage, I believe, is going to come out in 2023. So
yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna have a new. I'm pretty sure they're planning for a new mainline Assassin's Creed, which is that's one of their biggest. That's one of their biggest franchises.
So that one needs to do well. This is like Ubisoft's in a really bad spot. I'm kind of surprised they don't want to be bought. I'm a little surprised they don't want to be bought now. I think if I'm Ubisoft, like, bored, I'm probably reopening the discussion.
Yeah.
Probably like, hey, like maybe we need to be acquired by somebody who isn't just another game publisher. Maybe we like open our doors to some other companies. Like, I don't think anybody would allow like an EA Ubisoft merger or anything like that.
No,
at this point.
So.
But like, I don't know, somebody else come in, because Ubisoft is like, it looks like it's kind of crumbling a bit.
We'll see how they do in maybe 2023 will be better for them, or maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, 2022, they just didn't have that many good like Extraction, as you said.
It wasn't
Mario and Rabbids. Like, apparently the game was good, but I'm not even sure how popular the first one was. Like,
the first one, oh god, I don't know if this number is correct, but I heard it sold really well. Mario and what was it just called? Mario and Rabbids
Kingdom Battle.
I think it actually sold well. 7.5 million players had played that game.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good. That's good. That's good. But when you go to
Sparks of Hope is the new one.
Trying to find it. So 2 days ago, I'm seeing a couple articles. Ubisoft surprised by lackluster sales of that and Just Dance. Mario and Rabbids franchise in jeopardy. Sales were disappointing, but I don't know if they gave a number. I'm gonna see if they gave a number real quick. They're not giving a number, but
yeah.
I mean, if Ubisoft is saying they're disappointed, it can't be. Yeah. It's not more than 7.5.
Well, of course not.
So that's bad.
So maybe
that was
it's
probably a big
maybe it sold a couple maybe it sold a couple million or something, but
not 7. Not 7 for sure. So that was a big one. And then Just Dance being disappointing, that's a big franchise for them.
That's bad. That's bad for them.
That's the reason why we're starting to see really underperforming
Yeah. Okay, Ubi had a bad year. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do this year, but yeah, this is not a good start with this title being delayed and seemingly, I mean, it's been in development hell for a long time, so again, I would be very surprised if this game is any good when it comes out, because it's just usually when you see games like this that are just delayed a million times and just seem to be in complete development hell, usually they don't turn out well.
Right.
So,
and I do feel bad for Ubisoft. Ubisoft's one of those game publishers that makes just, sometimes they come out with a gem, but most of the time what they come out with just is okay games.
They just recycle. As I said, I just feel like there's not a lot of creativity usually in Ubisoft. They just like recycle the same garbage over and over again, which I guess I can say the same of like Activision just makes Call of Duty every freaking year.
You can say the same of a lot of people, frankly. But the problem is, the difference is the people that recycle stuff and they're like, the games are good for that audience. That's one thing. Like, Ubisoft seems to recycle the stuff, but just make really okay games, like to solid. And that's not good enough. You can't just recycle a formula if it's only okay.
The Call of Duty crowd eats up Call of Duty every year. They just don't care. Because
Activision, for all the stuff we give it for shit, like, the Call of Duty's gameplay is tight right now.
Yeah, it is. It's always been tight. Call of Duty's always had really good gunplay, and like, so the production value is really high. The graphics are really good. The sound effects are really good.
Yeah,
like,
they've got it down to their science, and that they just recycle the science as long as it's working. Ubisoft just doesn't do it very well. Like, what was it called? Watch Dogs Legion, not good, and they tried to recycle some formula with a tweak. What else was like kind of mediocre? Like, I guess Far Cry 6. I still want to play it, but like, that seems like another game that just feels like Far Cry 5, but in a different setting.
Yeah.
But Far Cry 5 wasn't amazing. It was just like, it was fine. It was just solid, and that's the problem. It's like, there's no reason to jump into that, because it's the same Ubisoft formula, but it's only just okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. But I do feel bad, because Ubisoft, once in a while, they get something right, and then they're like, oh, we got it right. Let's just regurgitate it.
Yep.
It's like Ubisoft.
oh, the players like that? Okay, we'll remake that 6 times.
We'll just do the same thing 6 times, but like tweak things that were working. They'll like tweak stuff that's working. Like they went from Odyssey to Valhalla and like we're gonna streamline everything in Valhalla. And I was like, well, but it was working in Odyssey. Why are you streamlining that? That was working in Odyssey. Why are you streamlining it for me? Like that's what I don't get. Is they're like, we're gonna tweak this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but it was working over here. Why are you tweaking that? So, all right, that was all the news for this week.